Toxic people, individuals who bring negativity, manipulation, criticism, or hostility into your life, can be draining, both mentally and emotionally. These people may come in many forms: coworkers, family members, friends, or even strangers. The ability to handle such toxic behavior effectively is a skill that can save not just your peace of mind, but your overall well-being. In the face of toxic individuals, many people react emotionally, falling into cycles of anger, frustration, or self-doubt. However, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers powerful strategies to deal with negativity. Stoicism teaches that our thoughts and actions are within our control, but other people's behaviors are not. The Stoic way of dealing with toxic people is to adopt practices that help you maintain your inner peace, even when others seem determined to disturb it. In this video, we will dive into how Stoic philosophy offers practical tools to manage and respond to toxic people in your life. We'll explore Stoic principles such as control, virtue, emotional regulation, and mindfulness to show you how you can adopt a more resilient, thoughtful approach to toxic encounters. The core principles of Stoicism. The first step in applying Stoic teachings to your interactions with toxic people is to understand the core principles of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that focuses on accepting the things we cannot change and working to improve the things we can. This fundamental approach helps you to separate what is outside your control, other people's behavior, from what is within your control, your thoughts, emotions, and responses. Dichotomy of control. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which is the idea that there are things we can control and things we cannot. Toxic people, their actions and their behaviors fall firmly in the category of things we cannot control. Whether it's a colleague's constant negativity or a family member's manipulative tendencies, we have no power over how others behave. However, what we do have control over is how we respond. The Stoic practice of recognizing what is within our control and what is not helps us avoid wasting energy on things that are out of our hands. We may feel frustrated, angry, or hurt by the actions of a toxic individual, but understanding that these emotions arise from within us, not the other person, gives us the power to choose how we respond. Practical exercise. When you feel yourself getting upset by a toxic individual, pause and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Focus your energy on controlling your own thoughts, actions, and emotions, rather than attempting to control or change the other person. Virtue as the highest good. Stoicism teaches that virtue, acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is the highest good and the true path to happiness. By focusing on cultivating virtue within yourself, you can become more resilient in the face of negativity. When confronted by toxic people, your Stoic virtue will help you respond with grace, clarity, and strength, rather than sinking into a spiral of anger or frustration. Toxic individuals often act in ways that challenge our sense of fairness, justice, or respect. However, if you remain committed to living virtuously, you will find that toxic behaviors no longer have the same emotional power over you. Stoics believe that the only thing that truly harms us is our own vice or lack of virtue. When you choose to act virtuously, you take away the power toxic individuals have to disturb your peace. Practical exercise. Reflect daily on how you can embody Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in your actions. When faced with a toxic individual, ask yourself, how can I act with virtue in this situation? Perhaps this means being patient, kind, or simply walking away. Mindfulness and emotional regulation. Another important Stoic practice is mindfulness, being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Stoics place a great emphasis on emotional regulation. In fact, the term apatheia in Stoicism refers to the ability to be free from destructive emotions that result from external events. This doesn't mean Stoics suppress emotions, but rather learn to manage and respond to them with reason. When dealing with toxic people, emotional regulation is key. Toxic interactions often trigger intense emotions like anger, resentment, or sadness. Stoicism teaches that these emotions don't define us unless we allow them to. By practicing emotional detachment and mindfulness, we can choose how to react to external stimuli. This allows you to maintain your inner peace, no matter what toxic behaviors come your way. Practical exercise. Practice mindfulness through meditation, journaling, or deep breathing exercises. The next time you encounter a toxic person, take a moment to pause and reflect on how you feel. Acknowledge the emotion without judgment, then choose your response thoughtfully. Amor fati, love of fate. A core Stoic concept, amor fati translates to love of fate. This means accepting everything in life, the good and the bad, as part of a greater plan. Toxic people and difficult situations are not obstacles to avoid but opportunities for growth. By embracing life's challenges, we transform adversity into strength. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius writes that everything that happens in life is either part of the natural order or an opportunity to practice virtue. Instead of viewing toxic people as enemies or nuisances, we can reframe them as teachers who offer us valuable lessons in patience, resilience, and wisdom. Practical exercise. The next time you encounter a toxic individual, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow stronger or more virtuous as a result of this encounter? Embrace the challenge and find meaning in the experience. Identifying toxicity before applying Stoic principles to manage toxic people. It's important to be able to identify toxic behavior. Toxic people often exhibit specific traits or patterns of behavior that can drain your energy and affect your well-being. Signs of toxic people. Common traits of toxic individuals include constant negativity. Toxic people often focus on the negative aspects of life and can bring down the mood of any situation. Manipulation. They may try to manipulate or control others for personal gain. Self-centeredness. Toxic individuals can be narcissistic, focusing solely on their own needs and disregarding the feelings or well-being of others. Hostility. Toxic people may frequently display aggression, passive aggressiveness, or hostility. Criticism. Constant and unfair criticism without constructive feedback can also be a sign of toxic behavior. Chronic versus temporary toxicity. It's important to differentiate between temporary toxic behavior and chronic toxicity. Everyone has bad days, and occasionally, someone may act out of character due to stress or hardship. However, chronic toxic individuals consistently demonstrate harmful behaviors, often with no intention of changing. Stoicism teaches us that while we may choose to engage with someone temporarily toxic, such as a stressed-out friend, we should distance ourselves from individuals who habitually exhibit toxic behavior and refuse to improve. Applying Stoic practices to toxic interactions. Once you understand the core principles of Stoicism and can recognize toxic behavior, it's time to apply Stoic strategies to your interactions. Detach emotionally. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means not allowing toxic individuals to dictate your emotional state. By practicing emotional detachment, you remove the emotional hooks that toxic people often use to provoke negative reactions. When faced with toxicity, take a step back and remember that the other person's actions are a reflection of them, not you. You don't have to absorb their negativity or let it affect your peace of mind. Practical exercise. When you feel triggered by a toxic person, practice mindfulness. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, am I allowing this person to control my emotions? Shift your focus back to what you can control, your response. Set boundaries firmly. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with toxic people. Stoicism teaches us to protect our peace and not allow others to violate our dignity. It's important to set clear, firm boundaries with toxic individuals, letting them know that their behavior is unacceptable. Stoics believe that justice is a key virtue. By setting boundaries, you are being just to yourself and preserving your mental and emotional well-being. Practical exercise. Practice saying no without guilt. Be assertive but kind in communicating your boundaries. For example, I understand you're upset, but I cannot engage in this conversation right now. Stay firm in your decision without apologizing for prioritizing your well-being. Respond, don't react. Instead of reacting impulsively to a toxic person's behavior, take a moment to reflect and respond thoughtfully. A Stoic response is always measured, grounded in reason, and aligned with virtue. Practical exercise. Before responding to a toxic person, take a deep breath and count to 5. Ask yourself, what would a wise and virtuous person do in this situation? Responding thoughtfully rather than reacting emotionally ensures you maintain control of the interaction. Focus on inner peace above all. Focus on maintaining your inner peace. Stoicism teaches that we should prioritize tranquility over external circumstances. Toxic people may seek to disturb your peace, but with practice, you can learn to remain calm and centered, no matter how chaotic the situation may be. Practical exercise. Incorporate daily practices of meditation, journaling, or reflection to strengthen your inner peace. The more you cultivate a sense of inner calm, the less impact toxic individuals will have on your emotional state. Growth through adversity. Stoicism teaches that adversity, including encounters with toxic individuals, is an opportunity for growth. Every difficult situation presents a chance to practice virtue, build resilience, and strengthen your character. Reframing toxic encounters. Instead of viewing toxic people as obstacles or sources of frustration, try reframing these encounters as opportunities to practice Stoic virtues. For example, the next time you face a toxic person, ask yourself, how can I use this situation to build patience, tolerance, or strength? The role of adversity in personal growth. In the Stoic worldview, every challenge, whether it's dealing with a toxic individual or facing personal hardship, can be a stepping stone to greater wisdom and virtue. Just as a piece of iron is forged through intense heat, your character is forged through adversity. Practical exercise. When confronted with toxic behavior, reflect on how this experience can help you grow. Perhaps it is teaching you patience, assertiveness, or the importance of maintaining your boundaries. Living the Stoic way in a toxic world. To live a Stoic life means embracing the challenges that come your way, including dealing with toxic people. By applying the principles of Stoicism, recognizing what is within your control, acting with virtue, and maintaining your emotional balance, you can transform adversity into growth. Dealing with toxic people the Stoic way is not about changing others or seeking revenge. It's about cultivating an inner strength that shields you from negativity, allowing you to navigate the world with wisdom, peace, and grace. Through daily practice of Stoic principles, you will find yourself less affected by toxic individuals and more focused on living a life in alignment with your values. Ultimately, the Stoic approach empowers you to maintain your peace, no matter what external chaos surrounds you.